Sergeant Phyllis Williams from the Dallas Police Department in recognition of 28 years of service and dedication to the police department from 1988 to 2016 from the officers of the Dallas Police Department, Master Peace Officer, CPI, perfect attendance, safe driving, DRE for Lex, FTO, and Certificate of Merit with Star. Eventually, I'm going to start calling her, oh, she reminded me, I forgot to say that she had 6 shooting bars. She's telling me, don't mess with me. Thank you. This is a special presentation from the Black Police Association of Greater Dallas. I don't know if they work the way the real badges work. I know the real ones occasionally will get you a warning ticket instead of a written ticket, but I'm advising you not to speed, no breaking traffic. And I haven't told her, but I'm going to try my best today in the next week to talk her into being a member of the reserves. I don't know what she's going to say. She's probably going to say no, and I see the look on her face. I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that happens. But this is a very lovely wallet with a gold badge, retired Sergeant, Dallas Police Department, Phyllis Williams. Class 281, Dallas Police Department. Melissa Scott is going to make a presentation. I think you were the class advisor, so.
Start over here, Marcus here, there's several of us here. We like to know you, and we love you, and we just wanted to let you know.
Georgia Reynolds, President of the National Latino Law Enforcement Officers Association, will also make a presentation.
Phyllis, on behalf of the National Latino Law Enforcement Organization, we want to wish you the best of luck. I'm going to miss our morning talks with some of these young cats back there, telling them about the reality of policing. You were a great mentor to me, being a young supervisor, and I know you're going to mentor some of these other guys, but on behalf of Leo, we want to give you something. I'm not going to open it in front of Lieutenant Glover. This is something that you can wear to church.
Phyllis kind of got peer support given to her with no questions asked, came in, helped us out, and has been nothing but a mentor to all of us, especially with me, being a newer employee with DPD. I'm one of the psychologists here, and although we're here to help people, Phyllis has been nothing but helpful for me since I've been here. So I will miss you, but you already know that. We love you. We appreciate all the work that you've done. You and I have talked about retirement for over a year, and now you have finally done it. So this is not the end. It's a new beginning for you. So I wish you well, and I know we'll stay in touch.
Well, I would like to say I met Lieutenant Williams, and I call her Lieutenant Williams because when I met her, she was a senior corporal, and I thought she was a sergeant. So then when she promoted, I thought, oh, she's now lieutenant. So I got so used to you being lieutenant. You'll always be Lieutenant Williams to me. I think you would have made an awesome chief. I'm so looking forward to it. But I do wish you well in your endeavors. And just know, I thank you from the bottom of my heart, for your leadership and for your examples that you made. Thank you so much.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor to be here. This is kind of tough because I can remember 28 years ago when we started together in class 206. Such a great friend, such a great leader, just a great person. The Outer Space Department is losing one of the finest sergeants in person in the country. I've been a little under the weather, but no matter what, I said I was going to be here today for my sister. Your friendship and your leadership has been impeccable. If anybody can identify somebody to lead, it's definitely Phyllis. You lead by example. Kudos to you and to your family, and definitely congratulations for retirement. And kind of look over your shoulder because we're going to be right behind you. The same thing. We love you. We appreciate you. God bless you.
It's going to take me more than 2 minutes, and I'm thinking about it in the city next. I want to say back in 1995 that I went to traffic, and I went in behind Phyllis. They was looking for a female officer to serve in the Avenue. And knowing Phyllis, she was a woman of few words, and I was kind of like, ooh, should I talk to her? She kind of looked a little rough. I was like, on edge, but I was like, I don't know about talking. And so when they said that we were going to pick you, I said, well, I got to talk to somebody so they can give me some insight on what I need to do. I was able to talk to her. She gave me some insight, and a few years later, I needed all the help I could get because I was faced with an adversity. And Phyllis and a couple other guys that had left the unit was there for me. And they probably pretty much remember when I had to go travel on the case. And Phyllis said, go in there and do your job. You tell them what happened, and that's it. And with those few words, I went there and did my job. Testified and came out. But later on, about 2006, Phyllis was, she had a charge. And she came to me and she asked me if I would speak at the women's conference. With saying that, she gave me an opportunity. And she gave me a chance to be able to step out in faith and stop hiding behind God and step out and be bold for Christ. I think that's all right. Today I pastor church in her hometown in Terrell, Texas. And I always invite her back to preach at my church anniversary. And actually she will be featured this September 17th at 11 o'clock a.m. at Warren Chapel United Methodist Church. Just begin the women's conference. And may God continue to bless you in your new journey.
Phyllis is having a retirement party today, and to me, it's just a party because you can't retire from your family. And I've been knowing Phyllis since I joined the police department since my son was born, and she would come over and take him and pretend like he was hers and bring him back worse than he left. There are a lot of people that can come up here and say, Phyllis is this, and she's the leader, and she's the pastor, and she's the person, she's always there for you. If you guys who know Phyllis, y'all know that's who she is. So I'm not going to say none of that stuff. I remember one day I went over to Phyllis' house. Phyllis was laying up on the sofa, crying. I got on the sofa, took my shoes off, down on the same sofa, I just laid on the opposite end. I started crying. We was crying because we had just got dumped on by our boyfriends. We was both sitting up there on some, why can't you be like that? That's your man, that's what they do. And I know Phyllis' entire family. I know her daughter, and her husband, and all her sisters right there. For all the connection with a person, and I mean a real connection. One day I was just in patrol, working at Central like I've been doing my entire career, and Phyllis called me and said, Kim, drive down 1400 Main and tell me what you see. Now, anybody who's been in Deep Ellum or West End knows there's a lot of stores on Main Street. So I get in my squad car and I drive down 1400 Main. And the only thing that caught my attention was the scooter store. It was a store that sold scooters. By that following week, Phyllis and I both own an $800 scooter. Now, she never said, go look at this, I want you to check this out. She just said, drive down 1400 Main and tell me what you see. It was a scooter. A month later, Phyllis and I both was in the motorcycle class. And we took the motorcycle class, and I think a month after that, Phyllis had her bike. And then after that, I went and got my bike. Phyllis knows my entire family. If I mention one person, she'll know exactly who it is. We've been through a lot. Me and Phyllis has argued and fought and not talked to each other for 6 to 8 months. And then after that time period, we're just back to friends. But if she ever needed anything, she knows who to call. If anybody mess with her, she knows who to call. I'm mad to cuss people out, and she knows it, especially when it comes to a dude. Anyway, I talk to Phyllis every day, and the conversations are so intense sometimes they last for days. So I don't feel like this is a retirement. And I was telling my husband that, you know, she's retiring, but she's not retiring to me because I'm still connected to her, you know. And when stuff happened to her, her family reached out to make sure that I'm taking care of my end with Phyllis. Right, Miss Sandra? That's all I have to say. Y'all want other stories, just call me, I'll tell you.
I'm a dude. All right. You know, there is a poem. It's called Footprint in the Sand. I'm sure you have probably read that poem. And in the sand, there are footprints that are left by someone walking along the life journey. You know, and every time I think about Phyllis and I, we spend a lot of time arguing about issues. But I respect her so much. But that footprint of sand reminds me of Phyllis and the fact that Phyllis has left her footprint for everybody in this room. When I watch her in the police department, I'm amazed by how knowledgeable she is, how professional she is, and how she constantly reaching out helping somebody to be better, leaving her mark on their lives. And I think that's the genuineness of every individual. We should live our lives so that our lives should make other folks better. And Phyllis has definitely done that in the police department. She's done that in the Black Police Association. She's done that at a pastor. She's done that at a. She even got me trying to ride motorcycles. And I asked her. I said, "Could I have your trike? You know, I'm not going to buy one. I'm not going to buy one that don't have those 3 wheels on it. So I might fall down." So she said, "Well, you can ride it when you're ready." Well, I'm yet to ride the trike. But Phyllis, thank you. And my mom had somebody who owed me a jacket. And I said, "When you give me a jacket, I'll start riding again." I wonder where it is. But thank you, Phyllis, for the life, the legacy you leave behind. And all of us are better because we made it. Thank you.
Me and Phyllis was partners at Southeast in 1989, 1990. And I just want to thank you, Phyllis, for taking care of me back then. I was single. Phyllis made sure when I came to work that I did what I was supposed to do. But more seriously, you know, a lot of people define one another about not what we do, but by what we do, but not who we are. And Phyllis defined by being a great mother, by being a great parent, by just being a great person. And I just want to say, Phyllis, that you've done a lot. Just, you know, we've argued, we've fought, and you've always put me in my place. And I just appreciate you because as me growing up with 4 older sisters, me having a problem with women in leadership positions is just natural for me. So I understand that, and I do respect that. thing when Phyllis leaves here, nobody, and I can say this without shouting it out, nobody can say anything bad about Phyllis Williams. Nobody. And like I said, Phyllis, I respect you because you define about who you are, not about what you do.
I want to tell a story that defines who Phyllis is, and she's been doing this for years. In fact, I would often call her and ask her to do this type of favor. And I'm going to use a Latin saying that I use almost every other day, and I want you to follow this very carefully. The Latin saying that I use is called res ipsa locita. It's no longer in the vernacular. We don't use Latin anymore, but that words, or those series of words, simply mean the thing speaks for itself. I'm going to tell you a story, and then I'll end and ask Phyllis to come up, and you connect the two together, res ipsa locita, and the story that I'm about to tell. About 3 months ago, Phyllis called me and told me that there was a young man applying to be a Dallas police officer, wanted it really bad. Great character, clean background, the guy that, most of us want to be partners with. And she told me there was one issue that he had. He didn't pass the civil service test, and he was very nervous, and she talked to him about it. So Phyllis said, we got to do this. I said, yes, let's get him in there next week. We called the young man, and Phyllis and I sat down with him for a number of times, teaching him how to take the civil service exam. And 2 weeks ago, I got an email from her stating that this guy had passed the civil service test, and he's on his way to being a Dallas police officer. So, res ipsa locita. Y'all get it? The thing speaks for itself. That story tells the type of person that Phyllis is without any explanation. Phyllis, it's your time. And what I'd like you to do when you first come up, not giving you any directions since you're no longer a police officer, but I'd like you to introduce your family. Okay?
And I'd like to thank everybody who's come. Appreciate you coming out and supporting me on my retirement. It's good to see a lot of you I haven't seen in a few months or years, but it's great to see everyone. I'd like to start with the first row. It's my daughter, Lysandra. My son couldn't be here. His wife's birthday is this week, so they went out of state. My niece, Yumiki. My sister, Geraldine. My sister, Shira. A good friend, Miss Greer is what I call her. Everybody knows Kim. Sitting on the front row. My great friend, Yvonne. In the second row, my brother-in-law, Larry Thompson. My aunt, Clarice. A good friend from the neighborhood, Susie. Since my good friend Larry is there, Larry. My good friend Marilyn is there, Marilyn. My good friend Italia. And her husband, Michael. I'd like to thank all of you for showing up today. I want to keep this short. And 28 years. It's been a great 28 years, and as it says in Ecclesiastes 1, it's a time and a season for everything. Sometimes you can stay too long. But I feel like at this point in my life, I have several other careers I want to indulge in. So I chose this time to go ahead and say goodbye. I have no complaints. Everyone's been absolutely excellent. The department is a great department. Stay here and support it. You need to stop crying. There's times when we're going to get upset. We're going to get upset with the badge, the people, supervisors. But you got to think of the big picture. You're here to serve the citizens of Dallas. And I can say you've done an excellent job. Not just serve citizens alone, but to serve each other. Be there when we need you, good and bad. I want to thank you again for serving me. Because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have anybody to give orders to. I wouldn't have anybody to be a leader can only determine if you're a good leader when someone's behind you. If you look back and you see no one, you have to critique yourself to see if your leadership skills is where they should be. And in critiquing all of that, I look out and I see you, and I want to say thank you again for making it an excellent 28 years. Thank you.